Welcome in to the Jacksonville Jaguars franchise, where in Week 7, coming off a bye week, our Jacksonville Jaguars play host to the 4-2 Detroit Lions. And while some may think that coming off a bye means a week of rest, that was not the case for Coach Boston. Despite having the positive record 3-2, beating the Chiefs, beating the Browns, and beating the Eagles, we have played two bad games in division, 28-17 against the Texans and 30-24 in the last game against the Colts. And while we are the number 5 team in the AFC for overall offensive yards, we are by far the worst in terms of third down conversions across the entire league. So getting to the bottom of why this has been a problem, Coach Boston looked around the league and just gauging where the top players are in terms of power versus finesse. He found that the best players all favored power versus finesse or had the ability to do both. Very few were pure finesse rushers. And with that being the case, he knew what he wanted to get done next. So jumping on the phone, calling his contacts, Akeem Ekwonu, the left tackle from the Panthers, sitting behind another similarly rated player. All it would take would be Darnell Savage in a player-for-player trade in which he plans to move Ekwonu down to left guard. And trying to bring in an older vet, he found Jack Conklin, right tackle, with again plans to move him to guard. He traded A.J. Jackson and received in return a 6th-round pick. And with 2 new starting offensive linemen, it was time to make room. So trading Broderick Jones back to the Steelers, we would get a 2nd in return, though also having to give up a 5th-round pick. And as for Ezra Cleveland, we sent him to the Broncos, in return getting a current 4th-round pick and a future 6. And as for Quinn Miners, he's shifting down to center, providing a lot more power for this offense down the middle. Bacon and Harrison, 2 young promising tackles, they have room to improve being star devs in their power game. And with the frenzy of all of these trades happening as we get ever closer to the trade deadline, the media wondering, is there anything else we should expect coming from Coach Boston? And he hinted at one possible move coming to the defensive side. And that is with Trayvon Walker signing a 5-year, near $100 million contract. They also would sign Devin Lloyd to a future contract, 4 years, $46 million. That will, however, leave the Jaguars light heading into this next offseason and potentially could force some big moves with some players taking up quite a bit of cap. And with all these headline moves taking place, easy to overlook rookie right end Raheem Griffey getting the start in today's game versus the Lions. Now, with a busy week and a half leading up to this game, it's time for them to hit the field and prove that those moves were a success, as Cook has us underway. And it will be returned by the Lions. Headed to the right-hand side, though, getting stonewalled, that is Ringo. It'll be the 30, where Jared Goff and a high-powered Lions offense will hit the field. They currently rank number 1 in passing offensive yards, and that's going to be a main point here for our secondary, is to get some key stops. Amon-Ra St. Brown, a good portion of that, as they hit it off, ball hits the turf, and jumping on it is Walker with that new contract extension. We might have to take a look to see if this truly is a fumble, but as it stands, it is Jaguar ball. But upon quick inspection, indeed we do see that knee hit prior to the ball coming free. Lions will maintain possession, but a really good first play here for our Jaguars. As they go back to the run, Aluakin is all over him. Will be a loss of 2 and forcing a 3rd and 9. They had a bunch to the left-hand side, but Laporta in a zig motion going back to that left-hand side. Hines Allen working his way around, but opening up across the middle and dropping the pass, forcing the punt. 2nd-year receiver Chad Higgins couldn't hold on. And both sides will catch a break as we open up the game here. Offense will take the field with 2 new starting offensive linemen at guard. It's the handoff. for Travis Etienne, who does get stonewalled, about a gain of 1. Now, both these new offensive guys do provide both run and pass blocking, so still look to see Polk get well involved in that passing game as he throws out of a sack. It was Campbell working his way around the outside, and that is the spot this offensive line did not improve the tackles. They're young and hoping they can improve. Throwing, he finds Jordan Addison, who's got the first down for the Jaguars at the 39. He being another piece the Jaguars have traded for. Coach Boston has shown that he definitely does not fear trading around. Etienne cuts left side, but what a play from the young DT. Collins sheds that block as soon as Travis was about to burst through, as it will look to be a throw downfield. Thomas adjusts and he's got the catch. Great placement again there by Polk under pressure. We'll see how good this offensive line holds up in pass pro. A unit who's only had about a week and a half to work, as Travis picks up about a gain of 5, but a flag down near immediately, and it's going to be a hold. That being the first for newly acquired left guard Inaquanu, getting used to that new position. A big body guy, so he could fit that spot if we need, and we do need with a loss on the new first down. They're going to lose about an extra 3. Travis not able to get that one to the outside, taken down by the last defender. Leaves a 2nd and 24. A tight shotgun look here for Polk, who does throw quick. He finds Gabe Davis. Will be a shorter gain with a long distance needed. Leaves 3rd and 17. They're at the 47. They get 2+ knocks to the right-hand side. Hard count, though. They do not call it. Pass across the middle. It finds Gabe Davis, who finds the first down, though not by much. But already we're seeing a bit more from this offense than we have in a lot of the games prior, though. They've got to cap off this drive with some points. Travis lowers the shoulder, takes down the linebacker, and gains 7. But with only 5 yards net total for him on the day, could look to improve that running game yet still. Tight bunch to the right-hand side. They get Sexton in motion. 2 tight ends to that side. Looking to set up a play here, and just out of the reach of Thomas, had to lay out for it. Some of those crossing routes just have not quite hit for Polk. Leaves a 3rd and 3. And they will go play action. Coming across, he has his tight end in. Sexton down about a yard away from the goal line. Another promising young piece here for the Jaguars if he can stay healthy. They bring out all 3 tight ends, actually make that 4 tight ends here with a goal to go. Travis slips one and does get by the goal line. Another one. Barely converted, but that seemed to be the theme of the drive. Jaguars cap off their first drive with a touchdown as Travis had to run through Tyler Conklin. I guess you could call that a nice little welcoming present from his new running back, but with a 7-0 lead, Lions will hit the field again. That #1 passing offense, and it was the passing game that let them down that first drive with a drop conversion. Junior Holford gets the pressure, and he's going to take down Goff, a loss of 9. We've seen him really step up his role this season. Him and Mason Smith getting the primary rushes down the middle. Also out there in the base packages as a more end guy. Outside, they find Gibbs. All over it is Walker. With that about $20 million he's going to be getting per season. Those are the kind of plays we need from him. With a 3rd and 16, a chance to get off the field. They flood the left, and Cisco with the big hit takes down Laporta. Another stop here from the Jaguar defense. There's a reason they've been one of the league's best. We're looking to get the offense to that same level as Travis hits the field with Polk in the backfield. And it will be Etienne. Left-hand side, he gains about 6-7 yards. We got another flag in the backfield. And if we get the one from one of the new guys last drive, how about we tack on another from another new man? That time, Conklin with the hold. It's 1st and 19. And throwing into a soft spot in the zone. It's off the diving hands of Thomas. Just a little bit too much on that one from Polk, but he put it in a safe spot. 2nd and 19, what should be the final play here of the first quarter. As he's under pressure, he throws into the turf. Will be a 3rd and long as we get back here following the break. First quarter has come to an end. It's 7-0. Lions are down, and they have not been able to find much success passing the ball. As we get the second half underway for our Jaguars offense, we're going to need to find a way to pass the ball here with a 3rd and 19 backed up at the 16. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Polk throws it, tipped away from Addison. That'll be a stop from the Detroit defense, and we will have to punt away. But we can't let that affect our momentum as Amon-Ra hits the field here, the only non-Saint or Dolphin in the leaderboard for receiving touchdowns. He's going to be a main guy to watch out for here. Goes on a zig towards the middle. That's well covered, and it's Ellis picking up the sack. Not sure why he was out there instead of Walker, but it seems to work out for the Jags. And with them getting a little bit thinner in cap space, this is the exact time to shine as an edge rusher here, especially with Walker taking that $100 million contract. Short throw here to St. Brown leaves 3rd and 15. Both sides having to deal with some long down and distances here. They're at the 40. They need the opposite 45. Looking to set up the screen. They get it to Gibbs, but what a play from Andre Johnson. Makes the play, and only about a gain of 2, maybe 3 will be another punt for us. But it seems like that bye week and the trades and new contracts being handed out really did breathe some life into this team. As the offense hits the field, they're at the 17. Knox in motion to the backfield. They will go with a stretch left-hand side. Blocks form up. Etienne with an easy burst down the left side. And he'll get out with just a little bump coming late from Campbell. 1st and 10 for the Jags. Tight look here as it's going to be play action. Rolling and getting rid of it into the turf. Looked like Madison Turner, the fullback / tight end in the area. So 2nd and 10 here for the Jags. Hard count. Early movement, free 5. McNeil jumps early. And those free plays is something that this offense lacked the last couple of years. Trevor Lawrence is being a little bit too slow in his count. Polk, that has not been the case. Travis takes the left-hand side, picks up a pair of good blocks. Both coming from the left tackle and Harrison, who had to block the same man twice. But it works out for the Jaguars. 1st down, Travis at the 46. And get a good pull there from Conklin. Another near 1st down for Travis, 9.5. This offense definitely feels to be in a groove. Empty set for Polk. He has trips to the right-hand side, 2 to the left, including Travis Etienne. Single high safety. Open. He finds Thomas Jr., who's got some space. Will get down inside the 30. Addison, the only man there to try to block 3 or 4 different defenders. But it does get him a 1st and 10 here. Tight look. 2 to the right-hand side, 2 tight ends to the left. As Polk throws short, he finds Sexton, but it's in and out of his hands. He took a good little pop from the outside defender. Leaves it 10 yards to go here at the 28. Good block on the outside as Etienne tries to find a lane. He will pick up about 5 or 6, but we got more laundry. Make it now 3 of the 5 starting offensive linemen as Harrison gets that one. Now 2-0. Hartwell out there at left guard. Aquanu over on the sidelines. That is not good news. After just trading for him, and what a play from McNeil. He gets the sack through Travis Etienne. And he can't harp on Travis on that one. He tried to get the block with the big fella. Just flew right through him. But it leaves a 3rd and 26 here for the Jags. As it's out, Polk just too far again. He had Addison with space. He's got to find a way to tune up these throws. That will be a chance missed at least a field goal. Starting at the 20, they got 3:05 to find the end zone. As he is stonewalled, stacked up, no room to go. After staying on his feet for so long, finally, that whistle is blown. 2nd and 10. Laporta in motion to the left-hand side. They pick up the blitz, and the ball is out for Laporta. It's a 1st down. The Jags doing a great job of keeping everything as difficult as possible here for the Lions offense and that number 1 passing attack. Sticky in coverage. And here comes the pressure. Raheem Griffey nearly had his first. He, of course, getting the start today over Deo Odeyingbo, who has still played pretty solid here for the Jaguars. Just trying to get a look at another one of their young guys. 1st down, though, down the middle goes Gibbs. Defense dropped into one of their nickel forms, and it left them susceptible to the run there. Empty set here, 4 to the left-hand side. Throws across the middle and caught. Gain of 5 for Rondale Moore. Will still leave him a little bit short of the midfield line. More pressure down the middle, but another quick throw. This time caught by the young receiver. 3rd and 4 for the Lions as they go hurry up here. Throwing it downfield. Gibbs has a step, but just too far out in front by Goff. That could have been a touchdown ball. Well, that will save a minute, 10 seconds here for our offense. Can Polk make some big plays and try to get this to a 2-score lead before the break? Well, he's going to break it to the right-hand side here. He's got the first down, angling out of bounds out at the 38. Many people overlooked his athleticism in the NFL Combine, and it's seemingly working out here for the Jaguars. As they look to set up a screen here, it's out to Travis. Get that speed, get the spin instead, as he's got another first down to the 47. Who's finding ways to get their best guys out in space. As we're just under a minute remaining. Empty set here for Polk. As it's going to be a deep shot 1v1 between the two zeros and overthrown, but a flag comes in. There looked to be a little grab there at the end, trying to make sure Gabe Davis couldn't get to the ball. And they're going to get Terrion Arnold. With that, it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 13. Hand it off to Travis, who gets by the first one, maybe 2, but not much more space to go after. Hurry up. They do not call a timeout. Get the offense set up. Lions still shifting around out there, and that one's going to land basically on Polk's rear end. But despite how quickly that rush arrived, apparently there was still holding. So we'll back us up to the 22 with the play clock running down. Play action. And in the corner of the end zone, it's Dawson Knox. Left wide open. The Jags find that 2-score lead as we head on into halftime, making this 14-0 and a whole new look for this Jaguar team. They are just simply playing with confidence, and that is a whole new thing. Ever since week 1, they have struggled with that confidence, and that very well could be the reason why they have struggled offensively. Not the case today. They're taking it to the Detroit Lions. But as we take a break, looking around the league, we have the Titans down to the Commanders, though a close one, 7-3, about 45 seconds left before halftime there. Will Levis has not found a way into the end zone. Going north, we got a battle of orange as Cleveland are down 21-3 against in-state rival Cincinnati Bengals. 3 touchdowns for Joe Burrow in that first half. For our final studio update, we have our rival in the Houston Texans. They're taking on the Ravens and are down 14-0. About a minute and a half left in that first half. CJ Stroud, 6 of 7 throwing, but a pick. Meanwhile, our quarterback in Jeff Polk, only 50% complete, but 1 touchdown, no interceptions as we start on offense here at the 20. It's Travis taking it left-hand side for a short gain of 2. The lanes have kind of been hit or miss, but he's still averaging just over 4 yards a rush. Leaves 2nd and 8 as they go back to Travis. And a good stop on the outside by Drew Tranquill. And that leaves the Jags still needing to find 7 more yards here with a 3rd down at the 23. They go trips left-hand side, Dawson Knox right-hand side. They look his way, and he's got plenty of space for the first down, getting out of bounds. Dodson of the Lions ensuring that, but up to the 40 with a fresh set here. With a spread look, they do go back to Travis, who has to shimmy around. He picks up 4. Perhaps if he hits that outside a little bit more head-on, he might have found a break 2 set outside. We'll still take the 4 yards on first down. Spread empty. And it looks like he's got a check down or checking it into the backside of Conklin. Hutchinson gets the pressure right-hand side. It's 3rd and 6 with another hard count that someone jumps. They don't flag it, but quick across the middle, he finds Thomas, who gets a break to the outside. Speeds by the corner, though Dodson will catch up at the 20. Nearly the home run ball there from Polk. Instead, it's just a 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Bunch right-hand side, Thomas stays to the left. And they might look his way again. Yes, they will. Getting not quite by Gilmore, tracking him down, though, at the 4 for goal to go. And Thomas finding far more success today, being more of that short intermediate guy for the offense. As they bring out a heavy set here, 2 tight ends, right-hand side. They hand it up. Travis with a great set of blocks. He is into the end zone. Some of these lanes have not quite been there the last few weeks. He's finding quite a few more here today. And it feels like you could go ahead and already say that Coach Boston's biggest gamble has already paid off, restructuring that offensive line in the middle of the season. Lions, though, they need their offense to turn things up. Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's been leading almost every receiver category. He's got to find a way to break through. As it stands, this Jaguars defense has forced him to throw to everyone else but Amon-Ra. Finding their young man there, he gains 4. Sam Laporta in motion here, only a couple catches for him on the day. Looking his way, and it's broken up by Jarrian Jones. He wasn't even the guy who was originally guarding Laporta. He was actually on the receiver in that same area. 3rd and 6. Laporta in motion, gonna zig back to the left-hand side, try to find space in the flat. Everyone is guarded up well here. Goff will just unload it. No receiver in the area, you should argue, for intentional grounding, but it's still a stop here from the defense. And the Lions still struggling to figure out their own offense. It's our offense hitting the field back at the 19. They start Travis as he's got a lane to the outside, though couldn't quite get the block there from Thomas. A year, maybe 2 ago, he's hitting that one for probably about an 80-yard touchdown. We'll take the gain of 4 on first. As it looks to go back his way here, screen, cutting under the blocks, trying to find that way to the line to gain about a yard short. The offense still finding ways to make some big plays out there. Polk playing a whole different kind of game here now that pressure is off his shoulders. As he hands it off to Travis, 3rd and 1, he's got the first down. It was not by much, but this offense that was playing agile football just about a week ago, switching to power, they're getting the job done here. Throwing it to Addison, he's got the catch, gain of 8. And those simple little throws can go a long way in getting Polk back in control of his rookie season. At the 38, Madison Turner going to motion out slightly, make it a power form with the toss. Travis, he takes on the corner, and he picks up that first down. Talk about embracing the new theme of this offense. He brought the power there. 1st and 10. They're at the 45. Empty set here. And they might be looking downfield here for Travis. And he nearly found it. Tranquil, though, doing just enough to break it up. Let Travis catch his breath. Bringing out Tank Bigsby here. As they decide not to send that blitz, will be a gain of 7 for Tank. It's Tranquil once again making the play. Haven't seen that much from Campbell outside of the first couple plays. It's mostly been Tranquil. Throw across the middle, finds Dawson Knox. First down for the Jaguars. Outside of a number of players on this offense, it's also been Dawson Knox's best game as well. Trips to the right-hand side. Holt letting this one develop as he's going to rocket it downfield for Gabe Davis, who gets the touchdown. Arnold never found that ball, and Gabe Davis, he gets 2 feet down inbounds. That ball dropped almost vertically at the very end there for that to come down inbounds, but look at the toe taps, though very close. But the play is confirmed by the booth. A great ball coming in from the rookie quarterback. And this offense grows a 28-0 lead as the Lions, with 3 seconds left here in the third, hand it off, and it is just denied by this defense. Cisco coming down makes the stop, and we send this one to the 4th with a 4-touchdown lead against, again, the #1 offense here in the NFL. And it would not be a mistake to say that our offense was arguably the worst in the NFL, but with how this game has gone, you would not imagine that. 2nd and 10 as we start this 4th quarter. They throw to the outside for Laporta, a gain of 5. Goff and the Lions are going to have to turn things on here late, try to pull out some big plays. They got to convert here first. Looking to set up the screen, and Oluwakin reads it like a book. Gibbs cannot break his tackle with a 4th and 6. Will they go for it? By the looks of it, they will. Expected that with their head coach. A big play, though, here. The rest of this game really relies on converting, And they find Amon-Ra St. Brown. Though he appears to be a little bit banged up following the play, he took a good spear from Jerrion Jones in the back. Hopefully he is able to bounce back into this one. One of the league's best receivers, leading in almost every main category. As they check it down here, 2 more. He's got the first down. They're going to have to string together quite a few of these, but get into the end zone. A few more chunk plays would definitely help out rather than gains of 10. As they flip it out to Gibbs, he's got the first down, about 13. Perhaps the Lions finding a little groove here late, but is it too late for them? They're down to the 29. Goff dropping back again. He throws out of reach from Ringo, who was probably the closest one to catching that one. They'll follow it by going with a heavier set. Pitch to the outside. Ringo's on that one. Hines Allen chases from behind. With this team's cap space, Ringo's really going to have to play well. He's up for a new contract as well, but the money has gone to a lot of other players. Can he prove that he deserves a contract extension as the defense forces another throwaway? Flag is down, and it's a hold. Boston, however, will decline as it's 4th and 14. Once again, they're going to have to try to convert on a much-needed 4th down. Ellis gets the pressure, and it's picked off by Campbell. This defense has kept the goose egg with about 5 minutes left to go. They're playing a phenomenal game here, their best of the season by far. And that's even with them beating the Chiefs in week 1. But it seems like Coach Boston's research during that bye week really paid off. This league is about power, and they definitely have added a lot of that to their front. They hand it off to Travis, who bounces off some weak tackles. He picks up 7. That has him up to 70 yards today on his 17th carry. 2 touchdowns would be even better if it was his 7th touchdown. BTN back again. He goes to the outside. Tries to put the juke to fully get to the outside, but he's got the first down. That's all that matters, especially when this offense is already in chew clock mode. Tank Bigsby checking in here as that play clock down inside 5. Hand it off to him. He cuts right-hand side. He breaks the tackle, and he plows through the safety to ensure the first down. The Lions have just simply been outmatched here today. They will look to drop to 4-3. Meanwhile, our Jags climb to 4-3 as Tank is denied there. It's the only one to do much here for the Lions defense today, and Drew Tranquil getting said stop as we're inside 2.5 minutes. Looks to be a play-action roll coming across. And maybe looking to go downfield, though well short of where I believe the intended target was in Thomas, who was breaking open downfield. But it does stop the clock here for the Lions. A 2nd and 19, a spread look for the Jaguars. As they drop back into coverage, throw outside, finds Gabe Davis, a first down. Could just about be the nail in the coffin. The 2-minute warning will arrive, and a first down will all but seal this thing up if it has not already been. Tank to the outside, 1v1, and a great stop made by the corner. He's done that a couple times here today. With a 2nd and 2, they will check in both the backup running backs. Hulk hands it off, Tank with a cut, and that is the first down to seal it. Just an absolutely dominating performance today by the Jaguars, and that reminds us a lot of the team that made it all the way to the AFC Conference Championship last season. They were able to make way with a lot of quarterback scrambles to avoid what was still a problem with the offensive line the last couple of years. Without having that ability, they had to face it. And Coach Boston gambled, making a couple big trades. And today, if what we saw maintains throughout the rest of the season, I'd say it's pretty safe to say that he won those trades, and this Jacksonville Jaguars offense is back on track. And that win was extremely refreshing. But now we have to go test this in division, and we have struggled massively in division. We already lost to the Houston Texans once this year, and this was a game that we felt like we could have made a way back on into it. Unfortunate mistakes happened, and we came up short 28-17. But if we played like we did today against the Lions, I think we could really go a long way here. We held their offense to 67 yards. The number 1 offense in the league. Now, I don't think that's going to happen every time. That probably is due to a very refreshed team coming off the bye. Now we got a long stretch ahead of us. but we put up near 400 yards of offense. That was with Jeff Polk having about 60% complete and 274 yards. Now, we also got the running game going as well. That is key. We need the running game to be consistent for us, and I think the new offensive line is vastly gonna help with that. And on top of this being a divisional rivalry week, it's also week 8, which is our trade deadline, and we hinted at possible things that might happen on the defensive side. And if you look at our team's salary, there is one player who's eating up a majority of it, and that is Josh Hines-Allen, who is also 29 years old. Now, we just gave a large contract extension, 5 years, about 100 mil, a little bit less than that. I want to say it's like 92 and a half or something like that. And with that, I think he's kind of taking over as this team's main edge rusher. And with Josh Hines-Allen getting older, will be 30 after this year, will be regressing. He also has struggled to stay on the field this year. He's been injured a majority of the games, so he could be someone that we would look to trade. And we did trade in the offseason for Jonah Ellis, and he has shown pretty good signs of making some plays. I mean, when he's been out there, he's made some big plays for us. I just don't know with the normal dev if he has what we're looking for to be that next really good player. The strength is a little low. I could use a little bit more speed, but the acceleration helps make up for it. I just don't know how much he would help in the run game. And if we were to trade away Hines-Allen, I would want a young rising star to fill in that spot. And right now on the block, there doesn't seem to be that kind of guy. So we would have to probably give up a little bit more to bring in a player of the caliber we're looking for. The good news is I've been stockpiling a lot of picks here to help us make up for the fact that we do not have a first round pick that we gave up again in a trade. And on top of these picks, there are also some guys on roster I would look to trade away. Daxton Hill we've talked about. We did also talk about potentially trading away Maxwell Sexton. And my question for you all is, would you agree or disagree with this? In the next off season, with the ratings that we have with Maxwell Sexton being as good as they are, the only hindrance being that injury. If we were to bump up his injury to about, let's say 81, in return, we end up taking down his weight, making a storyline. He lost weight in the offseason to try to stay more healthy, take him down about 10, 15 pounds, still would leave him at a pretty good size. And then we'd maybe bump up his speed by 1, we'd take down his strength by a couple, and probably the run blocking a little bit to try to balance that out. So that way we lose some ratings while also gaining some ratings that actually lets him see the field. If you don't agree though, let me know in the comments below and we won't do that. But all that to say, I still got some good plans for us coming on up, so you don't want to miss it. Hit that bell icon in the bottom right or scroll down, hit the sub button, and definitely tap that bell icon so you're notified of when these videos go live. This series every single Tuesday and Thursday. We got the Stanford Cardinal Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We are currently number 5 in the AFC, though with the same record as the Indianapolis Colts. Potentially, if they lose this upcoming game, we win, we jump above them, and with that, we could skyrocket up to number 2 here in the AFC. So a lot of big things coming. Leave your love for this new look offense and let Coach Boston know what you think about all his moves and moves to come.